Hi, I'm Natalia Nicholson, founder of Women in Digital Business, where we empower underrepresented women to thrive in the digital world. Welcome to the Top 100 Black Women Summit, abbreviated for the Top 100 Most Powerful Black Women Summit, just abbreviated there. I just want to welcome everybody, and I just want to say what a pleasure and an honour that it is to have you by our side to work with us to really bring a spotlight on Black female entrepreneurialism, put a spotlight on the trainers, coaches, consultants, therapists, and counsellors that's in the room right now, and creating a space where we can help other Black female entrepreneurs really level up. It's an honor to be here with all of you, and my heart is just full of absolute love, and it's just bursting at the brims that we've gotten to a point where we can actually bring you all together to really showcase what you do to other Black female entrepreneurs, and the fact that we are creating a space where we're no longer waiting for any seats on the table, but we're creating our own tables, and we're doing that with each other. So I can't stress enough of just what a pleasure it actually is. So the purpose of getting you all together today is to really get you to understand the operations and logistics of the summit, what is expected of you, deadlines of when you need to get things in, and just understanding how you can make the best of this summit and what it is that you need to do, just so you can feel comfortable and confident, and also get the best out of this experience. The summit is a really great way for you to build your authority. It's a great way to have online visibility. It's a great way to help produce content. It's a great way to get leads. It's a great way to get sales. And it's also a great way for you to let others know that you're being featured at the summit. And it sparks a conversation. Some of us use LinkedIn lead generation. And when you're doing lead generation, whether it's LinkedIn or any other platform, you've got to remember that 80-20 rule. It's got to be 80% content that connects, 20% sales. So being a part of a summit like this is a great conversation opener without selling, by telling them about the summit, and actually what you're doing at the summit, and pushing them towards actually your masterclass and your involvement, which is just consultative selling, but they can feel the value in something. So let's get started. I'm not going to go into this too much, because all of you on this call would have had a telephone conversation with me, or know me in some capacity. But my name is Natalia Nicholson. I'm the founder of Women in Digital Business, and essentially I help women build funnels. I also help small organizations and corporate organizations as well build out funnels, build customer journeys that get awareness, get leads, and then convert. And really, my aim with this summit is just to give Black women a seat at the table, exactly what I said, by empowering them to really build digital assets to amplify their visibility. We kept saying the digital age is coming, it's coming, but it's now here. Along with it has come AI. If there was ever a time for you to be ahead of your game and be visible online and make your income from the internet, it is now. Okay, it's now, and there's a lot of pivoting that needs to happen right now as well, with the rise of AI and all the other things. But the summit for me is, a way of bringing all Black female entrepreneurs together. So, known as the funnel queen, I've literally had the privilege of helping over 1,000 Black women globally build high converting funnels. And the reason for the summit is, like I said, we're on a mission. Women in Digital Business is on a mission. I'm on a mission, and I want you to join the mission with me of really helping other Black female entrepreneurs to become visible online and have a business online, and also create a space where we can trade with one another. Okay, we all need help within our journey, and quite often we look in the wrong areas for that help, or we can't find someone that can give us the help in our own image that we can feel really comfortable around, be vulnerable, and really be able to analyze and identify where we are and how we're going to get to our next steps. So I've got a big mission. We've got a big mission. I want you to join it. So that's just a little bit about me. But like I said, most of you have had a call with me already. You've probably seen a video of me explaining everything, or you actually know me. So let's move on. Right, what are we going to be discussing today? So we're going to be looking at confidence on the camera. Okay, whether you've got a general keynote speaker spot, or you've got I said the both, I'm getting tongue tied. Whether you've got a general speaker slot or you've got a keynote speaker slot, you are going to be on camera, whether you're live or pre-recorded. And we're going to go through about how to have that confidence on camera and how to really connect. We're going to look at quality masterclass frameworks. I just want to make sure that when you're delivering your masterclass, some of you might have a framework already, and I don't want to teach you how to suck eggs. Some of you may not. For those of you that haven't, I'm going to go through a framework today. For those of you that have, you still might find this framework useful. But it's about making sure that you are speaking to teach, you are giving impact, you are connecting with the person that really needs what it is that you're speaking about, and making sure you've got that upsell at the end. Okay, there's a lot of traffic, a lot of marketing we're doing to push traffic to this funnel. There's going to be attendees there, and you have got the ability to be able to put a masterclass together that's going to strike the right person, and you want them to take action after that masterclass. So this framework's really going to help with that. We're going to look at the summit promotion tips, like how you can use the summit within your marketing. Remember, when you was all onboarded, you should all have an content folder of assets that have got social media graphics, email banners, everything that you need to promote the event should be in that pack. If you don't have that, please make sure on the WhatsApp group or in the LinkedIn group, you flag that to Abby, our community manager, and we'll make sure that we get that over to you. And we're also going to be looking at networking and engagement so you get the most out of this summit. So the summit is your own stage. You want to be able to speak, inspire, and lead. Okay. So welcome and let's get ready. So let's go through what is it that you need on your stage. And I literally want you to think of it as your stage. There was an influencer that I had the pleasure of hearing her talk when I was at Funnel Hacking Live in Las Vegas back in February. And she was all about props and how to use props on stage to really engage people and connect with people. I want you, even though this is virtual, even though it's kind of like, okay, I'm delivering my class live. If you're one of the keynotes, you're in Zoom. Even if you are in your room and you've cornered the area off and you're filming and you're a general speaker, it's your stage. And I want you to frame your mind and start thinking about your masterclass as your stage. It's recorded. This content is forever green. It's going out on a platform that will continuously have access, not just for the week of the summit, but beyond that. It's a place that you can even push people to. So recognize and understand that this is your stage. Okay, this isn't just you running a middle of the run masterclass that you're just going to get it out the way. This is your stage and your place to be able to connect with an audience, and an audience that has got intent to possibly want to work with you if they are one of your target audiences. So just bear in mind, this is your stage. So we want to make sure you're speaking on camera with confidence. And again, some of you might be used to speaking on camera day in, day out. And again, don't want you to be feel like I'm teaching you something that you already know. But for some of you, speaking on camera isn't something that is fluid and isn't something that you might do every day. And really, the trick of it, ladies, is that authenticity is just key when you're speaking to camera. You just want to be yourself. You want to speak as you're talking to a friend, and you want to relax and own your message. So even when you're filming your masterclass, try not to do it. I've started to laugh because I do this all the time. I'm actually giving advice out that I need to take. Try to do it and schedule out a time that is double the amount of time that you plan on your masterclass being. So the masterclass for general speakers is half an hour long with an upsell. For keynote speakers, it's 45 minutes, including an upsell. So if you're going to take the time out, I want you to schedule at least double the amount of time that the actual video takes so you can take your time to set up. You can get comfortable. Maybe without the camera on, you'll have a session of just actually delivering your masterclass without recording it, just to get used to making that connection with the camera. Because you want to see it as your friend. You want to be relaxed. Okay, you want to make sure that you are translating through that lens and bringing your own vulnerable self out, because that's what people are going to connect with. Confidence comes in preparation. So you want to rehearse and practice and visualize your audience is eager for your wisdom. Okay, in your mind, you want to feel like your audience is absolutely there. You want to feel like the camera is someone that is a client or a customer that's about to buy from you, and they're totally engaged and switched on to what you're saying. Okay. Even when you are presenting on camera, you've got to find your own style. You've got to find your own avatar. Like, I'm really animated, as a lot of you know. So I'm always like using my hands. I'm nodding my head. If I want to get something across, I'll really raise my voice when I've got something passionate to say. But maybe if I'm talking about something a little bit more sensitive, I'll bring it down and just feel like I'm going to connect with you more. So think about things like your pace, your rhythm, your body language. Okay, take the time to think these things out. And you know what? It's not about overthinking it either. When I say thinking about it, this is something that you can do, which is why I'm saying when you set up to film, or when you set up to even deliver live, give yourself that space to be able to show up and turn up naturally, just being you. So whether you have a practice run. So as much as I'm saying think about all these things, I also don't want you to overthink it so much that you're in front of the camera thinking, speak loudly, go quietly. Oh, am I being animated enough? You just want to be yourself. Okay? You just want to be yourself and bring it on. In terms of sessions and formats and topic support. So, keynote speaker sessions, as all of you know, will be live. Other sessions are pre recorded and scheduled. The reality is that they're all scheduled because the keynote speakers, even though you're live, we're going to be putting a schedule together round about the first week of October. So, if any of you have got specific dates and times, if you're a keynote speaker that you want to deliver, please do put it in the WhatsApp chat. Please do put it in the LinkedIn group. We will be asking you, but at the same time, if you know within that week of the 20th to the 25th of October, if you're a keynote speaker and you know there's certain days and times that you would like your session to be, please let us know. Okay? Really, really important. So the keynote speakers, people will see it on the schedule and they can register for it. It will be on Zoom. Okay, so your sessions are going to be delivered to a live audience, but they will be recorded. After the session is finished, within 24 hours on the schedule for that day, we will upload the recording. We will also share with you any of the email addresses of that people registered for your session. Okay, if you're unsure about your topic, by the way, make sure you use things like ChatGPT, or some of you might use some other AI tools to just give you an idea of like what you might cover in your masterclass. So it's really important that you've got a really strong title. Your title should solve a problem in your audience's life. You also really, within the title of your masterclass, want to pre-qualify your audience and either have a name for your masterclass that tells someone what it is that they're going to get from it. So that way you have people that are interested in what you're delivering and they've actually got a direct problem, and your title is almost like a solution to their problem. So you have the right people turning up to your masterclass. Okay. For those of you that are keynotes, we're going to be doing a lot of sound bites from the podcast that we do. We're going to be making sure that, you know, all of you, the name of your masterclass is going to be on the material. But keynote speakers as well, your masterclasses are a little bit more prominent. Okay, it's important for all of you to make sure that you have got a title that grabs attention. It needs to solve a problem in your audience's life. Okay, it needs to be punchy. So it needs to be something like how to build your brand in 90 days and turn leads into profit. Okay, that was just off the cusp, not that good. I know I'm a marketeer, but that was under pressure. But you get what I mean. It needs to be something that solves a problem. Learn how to speak and get booked for paid gigs in 12 months. I don't know. I don't. Everything that everybody's offering is something different. But use AI to be able to help you. And when you're prompting ChatGPT, the prompt that you put in is really important. So you want to say something like, you know, my name is Natalia Nicholson. I am a digital marketing coach and I help women build funnels, as mainly Black women entrepreneurs. I am doing a masterclass for a summit called the Top 100 Most Powerful Black Women Summit. The audience for that summit, and the audience is Black female entrepreneurs, mainly those who are in corporate America, corporate Europe, managerial position, and they're transitioning into their own entrepreneurial business. Do you see how long this prompt is? And don't forget, with ChatGPT, you've got voice activation now, but you want to tell them exactly what the summit is, who you are, who the audience is to the summit, explain what you do, and say, suggest me 10 punchy titles for a masterclass that will grab the attention of my audience based on the target audience turning up. And the target audience that's turning up, like I said, are going to be a lot of corporates transitioning into coaching, speaking, and consultancy. And it's also going to be content creators who are building out membership course websites, communities, and it's also um, e-commerce and anything in between. But again, a lot of you have had one-to-one calls with me where I've really explained who our audience is. But you want to make sure that you've got a masterclass that pre-qualifies that audience and make sure it attracts the right people and you're speaking to a pain point or a challenge, and your masterclass should be that solution. And like I said, AI is really going to help you. Okay. So next is just optimizing your visual setup. Regardless of whether you're going to be live on Zoom or regardless of whether you're pre-recording, lighting is really important. So even if you're using a phone, there's like lighting you can attach to your phone. You can buy attachments from Amazon, from a TikTok shop, eBay at a really affordable price. I think I've got a light that goes on top of my camera that it just slides on, and it also slides onto my phone. I think it was like $14.99. Okay. So really important that you've got light. Even now, by the way, I've got light coming in on me just to make sure that I'm bright for the screen because it's dark here in the UK. It's nighttime. My light's broken. I've just got a lamp from my bedroom and I've plugged it in. So, okay, we all know in our culture, we find ways to get around things. So even if you haven't got a light attached to your phone or you've got a camera and you haven't got a light, improvise. Use a lamp, make sure you place it behind the camera or the phone, and you'll pretty much get the same effect. So lighting is really, really important. Okay, the more natural light you've got, great, but you also want some artificial light. You want that light to really flood in, to really make your background look bright. Okay, you want to choose a clean background. Please don't use virtual backgrounds. Even today I came on and I forgot to take my virtual background off, but I thought, okay, I'm sharing screen, so I get away with it. Virtual backgrounds have got a way that when you move, it's like a piece of your hair, forehead will just go missing. It's like you go into the background. So, make sure you've created a background that is real because it's going to come out a lot better on the video. So you want somewhere clean, maybe a plain wall, a plain white wall, a clutter-free background, something that's well lit and professional. And you want to avoid distractions and just ensure that your background complements your personal brand. Okay. Think about what you're wearing. We're only going to see the top half of you. So if you want to have pajamas on the bottom, that's absolutely fine. But again, think about what you're wearing on camera. Like, I know for me, if I'm all the walls in my house are white. So if I'm doing something against a white background, I don't wear white. Okay, I'll wear another color because it blends in. But maybe you've got more of a colorful room and you wear white, depending on your skin tone, white and really bright colors like your bright oranges and greens show up really well for our skin tone. Look at other videos that you like the look and sound of. Maybe it's a video podcast person you follow, a vlogger, and just start taking in the backgrounds. But really, you just want something plain and simple. Avoid distractions. If needs be, a plain wall is the best one. You can even get little background sheets off of Amazon now, or you could even do a green screen. So that way you can add a visual in. But think about what background you want. Sound's really important, especially for the replay, especially for those of you doing live on Zoom. Your computer sound isn't always as great. Even if you're filming yourself on your mobile phone or a camera, I don't know, you might have the window open and there's loads of noise outside. You might want to put a muffler around your mic. But I always use an external mic and I plug it into my laptop. And that's what I actually use to make sure that once the video is done, if I'm editing it, I've got really great video and a crisp quality. You don't have to get a mic, but just be mindful to be in a really quiet environment. Remember to, have your voice at a good volume so that when the replays are playing, it's crisp. If you do have a microphone, speak into it. You might decide to wear headphones, because with the headphone, the mic is going to be right in front of your mouth, meaning it's going to pick the sound up. But if that ruins your outfit or your hair, let's dump that. But just be mindful about these three things. When we ran the pilot back in March, there were some great videos, and some of the editing, lighting, background kind of let some of the videos down, even though the content was absolutely amazing. So make sure you're aware. I want all of you, I challenge all of you right now to make sure you put in your diaries when if you're pre-recording your session, you put a day in and you record it. Okay, really, really important. We don't want to leave it to the last minute. For those of you that are turning up live, you want to make sure that all your decks are designed and done and you know exactly what it is that you're going to be delivering. So, lead generation. I want to talk about lead generation because for all of you that are here and speakers, the summit is a great way to become a lead generator. It's a great way for you to have conversations, especially for those of you who are doing lead gen on LinkedIn. You've got to remember that 80-20 rule. I brought it up already. 80% content, 20% sales. You should never be bombarding someone with sales because it's just going to frighten them off. They're going to feel sold to. They're going to feel like, what's in it for me? They're going to feel like you are just self-serving and everything's about yourself and a business and making money. We don't want your potential customers to feel like that. So you want to focus 80% of your masterclass on really valuable content and 20% on your actual offer. So that goes to your actual presentation as well. And again, if you are doing lead generation on LinkedIn, this is a great way for you to spark conversations with leads, speaking about your involvement in the summit, inviting them and giving them a ticket. It's a great way to have authentic conversations without speaking and pushing what you do and wanting people to buy from you. Okay, so it's a great lead generator, and even your masterclass, you can use the masterclass post the summit also for lead generation. Check out my recent masterclass at the top 100 most powerful Black women summit. Got it? And again, so within your masterclass, you've got to make sure that 80-20 rule is coming through. It's got to be 80% valuable content. And I know, and 20% sales based on the offer. And I know sometimes some people really do struggle with, when I say, it's got to be value. It's got to be, content that can be used. Some people struggle with it. Again, please make sure that you are using AI. And if you're struggling, because you can't figure out like what to actually say. What I mean by that, I can't get the words out. Let me go back to the beginning and say what I'm trying to say. Many, many, many women that I work with often feel like, I don't want to give too much away. And I find it really difficult to get into things. And then I'll end up getting into it so much that it means that now my offer isn't so appealing. You have to think about your content as layers of an onion. And your job is to put together a masterclass that's really hard hitting. But what you're doing is just giving one layer away of what you know. Okay, because for them to understand the rest of it, that's when they need to take the journey further with you through your offer that you're going to offer on the masterclass. So again, really important to teach, inspire, and empower first. First sell. Okay, first sell second. So you really, really want to teach to inspire and empower. You want to build trust and introduce your solution naturally. And just remember, give before you ask. You want to be like the gift that just keeps on giving. And if they follow the next step of your journey with you, they are they're going to want to give back. It's the law of reciprocation. It's one of the laws of life. Okay, so remember, give before you ask. And when you give, you do. People naturally, most of the time, do give back. Okay, so lead generation pre-summit of using the summit to have conversations, lead generation at the summit, lead generation after the summit where you can still be pushing people to your masterclass. And just remember that 80-20 rule. Right, next, your masterclass needs to be a story. It can't be us just talking at people. Okay, and I always like to use the story, the framework of the hook, the story, the offer. So you want to hook people in with what it is that you can do. What results could they possibly get? Okay, what's the solution to their problem that they're having? You want to tell a story, then you want to make the offer. So let's put that into a framework. First thing you want to do is grab attention with a strong hook, and you want to do this in the first 60 seconds. Okay, we've all got a story. Every single one of us on this call's got a story. So sometimes I might start with how bankruptcy got me to seven figures because I went through a really big storm for a very long time before I got to where I am now. Makes sense? So it's just about grabbing attention, but in a way that grabs people's attention because you're playing to their emotions. Okay, you're playing to the pain points and the challenges that they've got. So you really want to grab attention. You want that hook. You want to hook them in. You want to give them a strong statement that makes them feel like that's my problem. I need to listen to that. I need to watch that. And again, use AI to help you. You want to share your authentic story and just the transformation. Let them see your story play out within yourself. Okay, and you just need to be authentic, be vulnerable, be okay to laugh at yourself and just be yourself. But you want to talk about the transformation you went through, which testifies why you would be the very person to help an audience. Okay, so make sure you've got that authenticity. Make sure you share that story. And that story, your audience should be able to see themselves in that story, which means they're going to become connected to you. Okay, so you want to present your offer. You want your offer clearly connected to the story. Your story of transformation should be why you offer what you offer, because this is what your audience need. This is what's going to make your masterclass flow like water, I always call it. And we want to make sure it flows like water. So present your offer clearly. One of the things I do want to say to you is that if you have a single product or service that you offer and you're in a busy marketplace, you can easily get into a price war, because what ends up happening is businesses start bidding against each other when it's one thing that you offer and you've got competitors offering the same thing. For those of you that might be in that position, you want to be able to offer a bundle or a package in your offer. Okay, if you look at a lot of offers, it's the same content in different formats. So someone might offer you a course, a book, a podcast, a whole piece of things. I can't get the word out. A whole load of things. Let's just go with load. They might offer you a whole load of things, but essentially it's actually the same product, but just in different formats. But it now feels to the end user like, okay, this is great because this solves all of my problems because he's got all of the formats. So if you just sell a product or service, you might think about how can I package my offering up so I can differentiate myself in the marketplace and I don't get into price wars, because we want to avoid any price wars. We want to avoid people saying, well, you can get that exact same thing, but for a lot cheaper. What makes yours different? You want to make sure that you stand out in the marketplace. You want to keep it relatable, human, and emotion. Okay, you really want to connect with people's emotion. You want to think about who your audience is. You want to think about, you want to think about empathy mapping. You really want to be able to put your feet in the shoes of your prospect and actually see the world through their lens. That way, you can make sure that you have a masterclass that really hits home because you're hitting into their emotional needs and requirements. And again, this is just great experience for you to really get connected and understanding who your audience is. So your story is going to build trust and it's going to convert effortlessly. Okay. There are many examples of different funnels. If you want an example of good storytelling or you need some more information, put it in the WhatsApp group, put it in the LinkedIn group. Okay. So just some important notices. Masterclass submission deadline is October 3rd. So please try to get your videos for those that are presenting pre-recorded as soon as possible. If you can start getting it by mid-September, that is great. Okay, it just means that we've got a chance to be able to go through it all, upload it, because it's really difficult with 100 speakers of uploading everything at the same time. So you really want to make sure that you get your videos in by the 3rd of October, the absolute latest. So please, please, please make sure that you submit on time. But once submitted, that's when we will schedule your session in. Okay. So the schedule almost is going to be on a first come, first serve basis. So the earlier you get your masterclass in is the more that you're going to guarantee you're going to be on day one. But as you submit your masterclass, that's when you'll get a time and date and be scheduled in. Okay, we'll be holding more meetings like this one leading up to the summit, so please make sure to attend, as we'll be sharing important information during these sessions. But please, 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 if you are not in the WhatsApp group, if you are not in the LinkedIn group, if you're not really on LinkedIn, it's fine, there's no point joining the group, but most of you are, I believe, are. Please make sure you join. Princess will put a link in the chat now. Princess, I know you've got the WhatsApp link. For the LinkedIn group, you might need to reach out to Abby because Abby, our community manager, which a lot of you would have heard from, is going to be who's managing those groups. So please make sure you are a part of those groups because it enables us. Like if we get a video and I don't know, there's something wrong with the sound or something technically wrong with it. Rather than sending an email that's going to get lost, we can quickly go on WhatsApp, reach out to you, and resolve the problems pretty quickly. We will not be sending out junk mail in the WhatsApp chat. The WhatsApp chat is about the summit. It's about supporting you in a place to ask questions. It is not a place for us to be promoting anything that we do. If we did, it'll be a one-off and it'll be because it's something that you need. But that is not the purpose of the group. I know for me, WhatsApp and Slack can drive me crazy with the alerts and notifications that go off. So we will not be spamming you. Okay. So additional support and future opportunities. Just to let you know, the video, if any of you need video editing, again, please reach out to us and we will give you a quote. It's going to be a small fee, nothing major. If you need some editing to be done, maybe something to be cut out, put in an intro and an outro on, maybe a call to action. Whatever the case may be. If you do need video editing, please do reach out to us because we will be able to do that for you for a small fee and we'll be quoting you. So reach out to us on the WhatsApp group or the LinkedIn group and we will simply come back to you and let you know the cost. So future opportunities. This summit is going to be biannually, meaning it's going to be twice a year. We did it in March, we've done it in October, and we will be going to doing it in March again. March is International Women's Month. Woohoo! So the March one is always going to be in line with that. And if you did want to sign up for the March Summit, you are going to get a no-brainer price of $99 if you lock the early bird in now. So this will go out, by the way, around the summit time. We'll have a page for you to be able to put your name on a wait list for that, to sign up to make sure you get that rate locked in. So please make sure you watch out for that. Okay, because if you lock it in, the early bird price is usually is 197 and the regular price is 297. So you save an awful lot if you want to do this again next year, March, if you book in advance. So we will be sending details out to you about that, the future opportunities on the WhatsApp group. So engagement opportunities. If you are a keynote speaker or being upgraded to a keynote speaker, I would definitely want to interview you. I want to find out about more. I want to find out more about you. I want you to share your story with me so we can share it with others. So if you haven't, please book your podcast session. We've actually added some more dates in because they all got filled up. Really, you want to film the podcast before the actual summit so we can use it as footage to push traffic to your actual masterclass. However, like I said, the links are evergreen. They're going to exist after the summit. So I know already some of you have booked a time for a podcast after the actual summit. We will still be promoting that on our social media, on our email list, and on social media to push people to the classes that would have been produced by the summit, even though the date had passed. Right now, if you go onto my YouTube page, some of the videos from the summit in March are all there and they still get views, comments. So it's not the end of the world if it's after, but really we would prefer that your podcast is done before the actual summit. Okay, so with that said, for any of you that have booked a time, you might want to go back to the link and rebook because we have opened up some more dates where all the dates before the summit have gone. We've opened up more dates, so you should now be able to book before the summit. Social media, everybody, general and keynote will be featured on social media. So please make sure you get things like your headshot, your bios, your links, all the information that Abby's reached out to you for. Please make sure you get this back ASAP because that way we can start covering you on our social media channels and we can start also covering you on our newsletter feature. Okay, our newsletter is going strength to strength. It's really popular. We have one on LinkedIn and one to our own community. Make sure that you send over all the content assets that Abby's asked so we can feature you on social media newsletter and keynote speakers. Please make sure you book in your podcast and make sure you try and do it before the date of the summit. Okay, please, guys, for engagement, we have a lot going on. So we advertising on Meta is going to start in a few weeks. We're advertising on YouTube. We have a whole lead generation team that's reaching out to people on LinkedIn. We have a 25,000 email list, a 6,000 community list of engaged active users that are a part of our community. It's really important that for us to have the mission that we've got and the mission that you are joining me in creating, it is really important that you also promote the summit. The tickets are free, so please give them out to your community. Please do social media posts on it. Please email it out to your email list. The more people that know about the summit is the more that it benefits all of us, and the more that we can create this platform and really make sure that we hit the marketplace hard and we keep just getting bigger and bigger and better. So that I need you to also make sure that you promote the summit, promote you at the summit on your social media channels, on your emails, on any communities, making it on your WhatsApp if you've got any groups. Please make sure you are posting about the summit and highlighting and directing people to the tickets. Princess, if you could put a link for the tickets into the chat right now, I would greatly appreciate that. But it should also be in your content assets folder. Anything that's missing and you might want, please just let us know. Okay, so you want to be able to leverage that content that we've provided. Okay, your influence is vital. I can't stress it enough in building a powerful movement together. So please promote, 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 share, share, share. And like I said, you've got the content assets. We've given them to you to make life easier. For any of you that haven't seen it, haven't got it, can't find it, please make sure you reach out to us on the WhatsApp or on the LinkedIn group. Okay, so can you please make sure that you follow us on IG and subscribe to our YouTube channel? Again, when we put the podcast out of you on our YouTube channel, if you could comment and add any more links and bios in about yourself, it helps your own visibility. For those of you that do SEO, this is a great opportunity for you to have high value content and to get the backlinks and to be featured outside your own business in URL that's found around the internet. So please do make sure that you follow us, support your other speakers on this call. When we're doing posts about them, please make sure that you like, you comment. Let's make some noise, ladies. Okay, let's get visible. Let's show the world, what we're about. We start businesses at the fastest rate globally, Black women. So let's show them our strength and what we're about. So make sure you're promoting it. Make sure you follow us. Princess, if you could quickly just put our IG handle, our YouTube handle in the chat, even our Facebook. Even if you go onto our website, ladies, at the bottom are all of our social links. So if you go onto Women in Digital Business, the website, all of our social links at the bottom. Please follow us on the channels that you hang out on so you can help with the engagement and help shine the light on all your fellow sisters here when we cover them on social media. So please do make sure that you follow us on IG, you subscribe to us on YouTube. I met most of you through LinkedIn, but if you're not following me, and I'm not following you, please make sure you make a connection request. Where there are people that I've had calls with that are not following me, I know that I've reached out to you already. So let's all connect on social media. Okay, so let me start summarizing up because we've gone 45 minutes in. So empowerment, impact, and success. Let's make this summit a milestone of empowerment. I'm here to support you. Our team is here to support you every single step of the way. We want you to create a stage, own your stage, inspire your audience, lead with confidence, and make sure that you're getting that online visibility. You're getting leads, and you're getting leads that are convert. Okay. All of you that are here on this call were not picked by accident. You're all here because we feel that you would make excellent contributors to really be able to help female entrepreneurs that want to get ahead and level up. Okay, what one person might need isn't what the next person needs. So all of everybody bringing, coming together, everybody really helping to promote the summit, it really does benefit us all. Some women might come in and they need a funnel building. They're like, yay, Natalia. Someone else might come in and they need help with leadership. They might want to learn how to speak. They want to suffer from burnout and want to do more around their well-being. They might want to write a book. There's so many masterclasses that are here. It's just really important that you feel supported by us. So any questions you've got at all, just ask away, because this summit is a platform that really it's a gift that can keep giving. And you're with us from the beginning, and we want to keep growing together. Okay, so let's make this summit a milestone. So thank you all for embracing the vision of Top 100 Most Powerful Black Women Summit. By stepping up, you're not just securing a speaking slot, you're claiming your power and achieving greatness. So whatever inspired you to take this step, I'm truly grateful. And I know that I know that you all desire to achieve so much more. So let's make this journey unforgettable, and let's support one another. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time out today. Hopefully, you have found that helpful. But let's get this show on the road, and let's get you prepared, and let's get everything you need through to us, so you can really get the most out of this summit. Okay? What I'm going to do right now is let me stop sharing for a second. Gosh, my voice is so harsh. Horse, I need some water. Right, let me go into the chat. Brilliant. You've all introduced yourself. Princess, I'm not sure yet, but you put the links in. Okay, podcast link is the link to book a call. So you should have got that in your pack from Abby. But what I will do is get her to send a message out. Please make sure you join the WhatsApp and the LinkedIn group. I'm going to get Abby to send the link out tomorrow. The reason is that I'm not sure if the hours have been extended. Right, the spots are only in November. Thanks, Abigail. So we are going to extend the spots so you can do your podcast before the summit. So Abby will let you know tomorrow. She'll post a link out, and she'll let you know tomorrow when we've extended the hours, but we will be doing that in the next 24 hours, and we will share the link. That's why it's so key that you are either in that WhatsApp group or the LinkedIn group or both, to make sure you're getting alerts like this. So we're definitely update the availability of when you can do the podcast, and we'll put the link out tomorrow. For those of you that have already got the link, it will just automatically update because it's the same link. So we will let you know when it's updated. Some of you have already done your podcast, Frida, which is absolutely brilliant. And those are being edited at the moment. Oh, no problem, Tara. And I'm so glad that you are excited. I'm mega excited as well. I need that. Right. Donna has said she needs links to the groups and the podcast. So Princess has given a thumbs up. So what we can do is, okay, Lola. Hey, Lola. Lola, and I am coming back to you. I know I've been completely rubbish. I've just been swamped at the minute, but I am actually going to be coming back to you on other things outside of this that we have to discuss. But what we will do is, right, Prince, bear with me for a moment, guys, because let's put the group. Let me get Abby, Princess, to send you the LinkedIn group, or let me just go in there now and give it to you. And we also need the link to the WhatsApp groups. I think it would be easier to put all of this into the chat.